What's up, guys? What's good today? Today we're gonna be learning how to install the official Arch Linux, but make sure that you're downloading it from the official site only. We're gonna be needing two tools for this: the ISO and Oracle VirtualBox. Again, make sure that all of these tools are from the official site. The official site for Linux is archlinux.org. And you can visit the wiki from it also. And don't click everything on top that you see, because Google can make ads promoting fake sites. It once happened to me, and I got a virus on my computer, so I don't recommend downloading it from the top site. And we're starting to download the ISO. Make sure that you have at least 3 gigabytes of space. And never download stuff before checking twice. Now, don't care about this. I'm just checking if the site is real. So you can ignore this part, basically. Now we're gonna check how to install it. We can update it with pacman slash. We can update it with pacman and download it with BitTorrent or Arch HTTPS miners down below. I recommend it because it's very smooth and easy to install. Now, I thought it's a netboot, but I was wrong. So basically, don't do this. Skip this part. And go to the very down, like I go to the very down, or click Arch HTTPS miners down below. Now I was just looking where it is. And there are the virtual machine images, but you can see that we can also do it some other way. Now we need also to install the verification file. Scroll down to your country. As you know by my accent, I'm from Ukraine, so I'm gonna be looking to the very down until I see Ukraine. And I see the top site, so I'm gonna check that. And I have the Arch Linux ISO. I'm gonna download it and check if the size is alright. Make sure you do it too, because you can have low space. And you need to reinstall again. Now, while it's downloading, I recommend you also start to download Oracle VirtualBox from the official site virtualbox.org. Click Windows host and basically wait until it downloads. While it downloads, I'm gonna tell you a bit about Arch Linux. What's Arch Linux? It's a really popular Linux distro that's honored by basically every Linux user. But Arch Linux has more and more game support. And it's very optimized. Most people love it for its simplicity and terminal, while other people just hate it. What's the difference between them, you may ask? What's the difference between Ubuntu and Arch? The difference between Ubuntu and Arch is that Ubuntu comes with bloatware, but it's really simple to use and has support for basically every game. But Arch is very heavily optimized and comes with no bloatware, just a terminal and apps you can install. But many users hate it because of the terminal. It's really hard to use, but if you use the Arch Wiki, you can basically figure it out. And Arch Linux is basically the best, one of the best distros. But if you're a beginner, I don't recommend you try it. I recommend you try either Mint, Ubuntu or Fedora. They are simple to use, and both of Mint and Ubuntu, they have their own. They have their own homepage, and they're really easy to use. And also Ubuntu and Fedora, they have some server versions. So if you have an old computer, very old, you can basically use it as a home server. I'm gonna make some tutorials on it very soon. And all with all the Linux distros? Have you ever been very confused about what Linux distro to use? I recommend you try Ubuntu, Mint and Fedora, but if you want to actually be a Linux user, switch over to Arch, which I make a tutorial on how to download. Now also I gotta be explaining what's the Oracle VirtualBox. It's a software that's really trusted by almost everyone, that allows users to simulate operating systems and even viruses. Basically, you can just download the Windows ISO, put it on the virtual machine, and you have Windows running. You can also do that with Mac OS, but it's really hard and I don't recommend it, since Apple have their own encryption code, etc. On virtual machines, then getting a small USB, it can have 3 GB or even 4 GB, but regardless of size, we can just download Rufus and put the ISO file on the USB drive and boot from it, install Arch and continue using it. But also some of people have been wondering, why is Arch so hard to install? Why is Arch so hard to install? It's because it's not like other distros like Ubuntu. You just have just have to click some buttons and done. You have to basically set your configuration you have to write some commands to heavily optimize your system. And basically, Arch Linux is very good for all systems. It can run pretty decent tasks, and if you get a decent computer, you can run games with over 2000 FPS on it. Now our ISO is almost installed. While it's installing, I'm gonna be looking on how to verify the signature. So don't forget to download the signature file. And while it's downloading, I'll tell you why. It's because there are fake sites promoting Arch Linux, but basically they are viruses waiting for someone to download them, and those viruses can install spyware and a lot of junk you don't need. So VirtualBox is installed. We can run it and set it up. You need to accept the terms and press next. You can press next and be aware that the network disconnection can happen. So make sure nothing running Wi-Fi is stopped or can be paused for a bit. And also you need some dependencies, but I don't know how to download them for now, so it's a mission for you to install them, but they're optional. So and you want to install now. While it's installing, you can check up on your ISO Arch file. See how it's installing? It's installed. Now now it's launched, and we'll wait a bit and see those basic mode and expert mode I was talking about. They are here. And open, don't use it. It just opens virtual machines. But new, it creates one, and press it, and you want to use the same things and settings I used here, but you can change the name to whatever you want, basically. So use the ISO file you just installed, and basically it will open this menu, and it's lagging a bit, but you can wait. So you can wait a bit. It's lagging heavily since let's say your virtual machine uses a lot of processes, and it's gonna take long to load, and especially on older systems like I have it, and I'm still using integrated graphics in the big 25. So for me, virtual machine always takes long to load. And basically, VirtualBox is the best software for creating virtual machine on testing viruses, etc. Now I'm gonna just cut to the part where it actually loaded. So I was here just testing, and new loaded. So basically copy everything like I did. Use the ISO file that you just ISO image that you just installed. In download this Arch Linux. OS edition you can set it basically on OS. You set it to Linux and you can name the virtual machine like I did to Arch Test Linux. But if you even type Arch, virtual machine will immediately recognize that it's Arch. So you can press the next, but the guest OS will need to install manually, but don't worry about it. We can install it easily. Now set the base memory to about 5 gigabytes of 6 gigabytes of RAM, disk size to 16 gigabytes, and I wanted first to set it to just very low, but I figured out on setting it to, I wanted also to set it to 4 gigabytes, but I then used it, but I then just wanted to use the 4000 megabytes, but I felt like it's way too small, so I added 2000 gigabytes, so we now have 6 gigabytes of RAM here. Confirm everything and just test it like you did. Now you need to turn power the machine, and while it's powering up, it's powering up fast. So see how it boots into Arch Linux. Now you press download basically, and it will give some errors, but don't be scared. It's just it initializing. So you can basically wait a bit until it actually downloads, and see how it just gives you root. Something we'll learn to set it up is our next tutorial. See ya, guys!